What's up, Digital Business Evolution? Welcome back to the show. Today, I'm giving you a real quick tip. This tip is going to save you time, it's going to keep you organized, and it is going to make your content as a whole just feel a whole lot easier. It's a really simple concept. I use an iPhone. I'm sure you can do this on other types of phones as well. But inside of Apple iPhone, you have the ability to create different photo albums. A couple years ago, I started implementing this in my business, and I have a lot of different types of photo albums that I create and that I use all of the time. Inside of my photo album, right now it's 2023, I have a 2023 highlights photo album. At the end of every month, I actually have in my calendar, the last Friday of every single month, I have a reminder that goes off. I spend about 30 minutes and I go through my pictures and my videos that happened throughout that month. I just hand selected sort of a recap of all of the incredible memories and things that I did and things that I wanted to remember as part of my 2023 highlight at the end of the year. I moved those over into my 2023 highlights, and now when December comes, I can just reflect back into this one album without having to look through so much of the other garbage that just gets piled up in our album. But number two, if I did want to go and create something like a carousel post, a blog, a reel, a YouTube, I have all of my highlights right there in one album, and it will save me so much time. With that, I'm doing something else that's very similar as well, and I'm doing a bloopers album. Now, really common albums that I know a lot of people use are things like client wins, screenshots, and then also testimonials. I have 3 separate albums for that. And then I also have an actual video testimonials album as well. Another type of album that I have is I have a feel-good album. If you're anything like me, human, there are days, believe it or not, that I don't feel great. Maybe I'm doubting myself, limiting beliefs, imposter, stuff like that's coming up. Or sometimes maybe the day doesn't go your way. Maybe you get a negative comment, there's a troll, there's a client complaint or something. So in an effort to remind myself of all of the incredible things that I am doing and what I am capable of and the lives that I've changed, when I do get messages from people and they say things like, "You've changed my life," I screenshot those and I put those over into my feel-good photo album. So that might not be an album that I'm using what they're saying as testimonials. I'm not putting it on sales pages, but that's an album for me. Other albums that I have one album for every single program or offering or product that we have in the company. So every time we have a new product or a program, I create a new album that has assets for just that program or product. I would have an album for that particular masterclass, and inside that album, I would have a logo, a bunch of Instagram story slides. I would do blank ones. I would also do some that did have writing on them, but I like the blank ones because then I can just write while I'm sort of in the moment, while I'm on Instagram. If it was something where we were gonna have a private Facebook group and we had like a Facebook cover photo, that would be in there. Any asset that I would need that is a graphic, I would put into that album. A perfect example is also our free resources. So we have lots of different free downloads and resources, and one of them is our email marketing training. So we have this incredible, totally free 10 video series training where I'm teaching you all about what is email marketing, the importance of it, the technology of it, the different platforms, and most importantly, the messaging of what it is that you're going to be putting out into the world. Now, with that free training, we have assets. And so that free training has its own photo album as well. In fact, if you're interested in that free training, go to the show notes and go ahead and snag that free training because it is so good. Some other photo albums that I have an album of what I call, quote unquote, my journey. I have a photo album where I have different key elements of my journey across the years. And it's really, for me, like the most important. I think there's about 30 pictures in there. It's nothing crazy. Now, this is the one that people were losing their minds over. You might get upset with me here, but also this is a really great one. So listen up. Each day on Instagram in particular, I like to start my Instagram stories with the same type of content every single day. Some examples here would be, back in the day, I used to do a handstand every single morning and I would talk to my camera as the camera was on the ground and I was handstanding over the camera. And it was my morning handstand chat. Then I went through a season of time where I was using incense every morning or a candle that I would light, and that was something that I would put up every morning. A lot of people will do their outfit of the day, their OOTD, and they'll take a selfie in the mirror or something like that, and that will start their day. Now, the psychology behind doing something like this consistently is that you want to create consistency and you want to create a habit for your clients and for your audience. And when you're using Instagram stories like I do, what I look at Instagram stories as are little micro episodes of a reality TV show show that I get to direct and produce and be the talent in, right? And so every single day is like a new episode of this reality TV show. So by putting something up every single day, it's sort of the marker or the notification for your audience members to know, hey, today's a new day. And so in the season that I'm in right now, because it's always changing and I've been doing content for 11 years, but right now I am putting up a picture or a boomerang of my coffee. There's all different variations and the mugs are different and the vibe is different. Now, truth be told, I absolutely drink coffee every single day. I love my coffee, the smell of it, but what is also true is that I have a photo album called AM Coffee. And in that photo album, I have about maybe 30 different pictures and boomerangs of coffee, all mine, all real, all moments in my life. And the reason why I did this is because sometimes the morning is crazy and sometimes I'm rushing and sometimes my coffee is actually like quickly on the go. And so the vibe might not feel as crisp or clean, or I might not have access to take that picture right then and there. Now, I don't use them every single day. I do actually give you the real of my coffee that I'm drinking that day. However, on a day that I don't have the ability to take a picture or a boomerang of my coffee, then I can go into my album and I can pull one of my past coffee things. Now, it's important for me, at least, I save those boomerangs and those pictures and those images without any text on them. So there's no writing on them, there's nothing. They're just clean pictures of my coffee. And they're saved in an album and it's sort of like backup. So if I don't have the ability right then and there, I can go into the album. Imagine what you could do if you sort of stockpiled different images that you're using all of the time. So another example here is I do a lot of photo shoots of myself and we use them a lot for branding, for marketing, for assets, and for sales pages. And there are a lot of times that I like using them on my Instagram stories as well. Now, I love to put a picture up of myself and then I put an overlay, a transparent overlay of another color on top of that. And then I write on it. And so what I've done is I've created another photo album, but they're like full body headshot photos or, portrait mode photos of me that I feel are very high quality. I think these are probably the ones that I go to the most. If I had to guess, because I didn't look, I probably have about 50 different photo albums in my phone right now. And that does not include my shared photo albums. So I also have iterations of some of these that are shared photo albums with different members of my team. That way they can actually add to the photo album as well. So when it comes to client results, screenshots, and client testimonials, those are all shared photo albums that we have, and we all have access to them. So I hope this was helpful. I'd love to know from you if you do something like this. If you do something like this and you've actually expanded beyond what I've given you, what are some of the photo albums that you're using in your business or in your life? I would love to know, so tell me. Take a screenshot, share it out, tag me. I am Jessica DeRose. You can take this and run with it. I hope it was helpful. I'll see you next time. And as always, cheers to your evolution.